I'm delighted to be joined by Sarsfields hurler Jack O'Connor ahead of the AIB GAA All-Ireland Hurling Senior Club Championship final, which takes place this Sunday, January 19th at Croke Park at 1:30 p.m. between the Fianna of Dublin and Sarsfields of Cork. AIB are in their 34th year sponsoring the club championships and is proud to once again celebrate the players and wider communities that play such a pivotal role in sustaining the entertainment and passion of our national games. I saw in an interview you did with the Examiner there recently, Jack, that you've actually played Nafina before, although bit of a while ago at this stage. Is that right?
Yeah, so when I was Fianna under 14, Fianna actually hosted the Fianna up in their place back in 2012, I think it was. So we actually stayed in a few of their lads' houses. So it's kind of a cool thing, I suppose, that way that, all these years later we're playing them in a All-Ireland Club final. So, yeah.
I wonder, will you have any insider knowledge that'll pay off there all these years later?
I know, I'd say no, to be honest, both teams can't remember each other from back then at all. We're very different players now, I suppose. So,
Yeah, I'd say so. How are you looking forward to it anyways? Obviously the excitement is surely building. I'd say the flags are out and the gear is already with everyone back home.
yeah, it's a great buzz, to be honest. We were training back in the club there on a Sunday morning, and you could just see the amount of people around the clubhouse putting up the bunting, all around Glanmire, all around the shops and stuff, and everyone kind of buying into it, and just seeing a few kind of Facebook posts saying best luck and all this kind of stuff. So there's great buzz around the place. Yeah.
And obviously you've overcame plenty of challenges so far to get here, but one of the big talking points, I guess, is obviously the sacrifices all the GA players have to make. And one of them being all the training, I'm sure, around Christmas, given the lead up to this coincided with that too.
Yeah, to be fair to Johnny and the management, they weren't too harsh on us over Christmas. We still got to kind of go out a few days, so we were still training away at the same time, and training was tough. But they were kind of nice that way. They let us have a few days as well because they wanted to keep things fresh that way.
Yeah, do you think it's important to kind of have that balance between the training, but also the being able to have a lifestyle and get out with a few of the lads as well?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, kind of if you're kind of knuckling down every week of the year, you're probably going to get stale after a while. Like so, obviously there's a big break between the Slaughtneil game and the final. So kind of, I suppose the lads looked at it and thought, what are we going to do here? And they kind of let us off a few days over Christmas, and it kind of just kind of refreshed the whole thing really.
What does a week in a build up to such a big match like this look like for you then?
To be honest, it's kind of straightforward enough, same as any other week. Just kind of do your normal training Tuesday to Thursday. You wouldn't kind of, just you eat what you normally eat. You go to bed at what time you normally go to bed at. Just kind of stay relaxed. Don't be kind of thinking about it too much. You kind of wait till the day for that, I suppose.
And I'm sure you'll have to have a overnight stay in there somewhere as well.
Yeah, we're staying up. We're traveling up on Saturday afternoon, and we're staying up in Dublin as well overnight.
And that'll be nice to have everybody together before the big day as well.
Yeah, it'd be great. Even just going up to Croke Park, with all your friends from back when you were 4 or 5 years old, when you started off playing hurling, to go up to Croke Park with everyone like that. And there's a good few brothers on the team, good few cousins. So it's just unreal, yeah.
And then how important is that bond between everyone? Because I actually saw your manager speaking with the 42 in the lead up to the match, and he was talking about maybe club members you've lost recently and even the bond and how long everybody has known each other. It all kind of plays in and culminates now into this one match.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even since last year, I think the kind of bond between not just even the team, but everyone in Glanmire, to be honest, everyone around SARS has been great, and it's just got stronger really every week. After everything that we've gone through, with the clubhouse, people passing away, and everyone on the team. We've all been best friends since we went to school together, really, since we were 4 or 5, and the same with the other lads as well. Like so, there's a good strong connection that way.
And then to build yourselves back up as well after the county final loss to Immokalee and then having to go to Munster and then take on some absolute giants of the game down the tracks. But you've overcame them all and come through, I suppose, the other side of it. So that has to be a big boost as well.
Yeah, definitely. I suppose it was a tough few days after the McKillie game, losing the county final. But I suppose we kind of just sat down with each other then afterwards. I think we trained on the Saturday afterwards, and we just said, "Look, we're going to have a go off this now. There's going to be no pressure on us at all. Nobody will be expecting kind of a result out of us. We're just going to kind of have a go off it and see where it takes us." And look, obviously, yeah, we beat Feakle, we got the Ballygunner game then, and obviously beat Strathniel then in the semi-final. So we've had a good run of it.
And was there ever any seeping in of doubt after that county final loss, or were you always assured that this was just a blip and that you were capable of what you went on to do?
Yeah, I suppose initially, like you would always obviously be disappointed in losing the county final. You know, you kind of get all kind of the negative thoughts in your head. But when we look back on it, we kind of thought we actually performed well in the game. We were up well at half time, and obviously in the second half, McKinney took over. But that's kind of firepower they have, you know. So kind of looking back on it, we thought, you know, we didn't actually do ourselves justice in how we performed, and there's a bigger performance in us, and we just brought that then to, I suppose, the Munster Championship.
And there's definitely been, I suppose, a thread throughout your campaign that the management don't shy away from swapping players in and out, and whoever is performing the best is the ones that will play on the day. And does that really underpin, do you think, that this is really an entire squad effort for you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. Even our training matches there, like the level of competition in training is incredible. Like there's players who actually like would unfortunately not be being brought on in games who are actually being the best players in training, you know, and that's kind of it kind of drives the standards in that sense, you know, like when not the starting players going to see someone who wouldn't be, you know, making a team or, you know, making the bench, see them performing so well in training and nearly kind of, you know, kind of give you a kick up the ass to kind of keep going again, you know. So yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah.
And who would you feel have been some of your standout performers now this year?
I suppose it's been a team effort really. With the Ballygunner game, obviously Shane O'Regan with the scores he got when he came on was brilliant that day. But I think overall it's just been a team effort from one not from 1 to 15 and from 15 to 26 and 26 all the way out down to, you know, whatever number it is. So it's everyone really.
Yeah, I'm sure. And as I say, massive battles overcome even since, let's say, that county final, three Munster, Slaughtneil, Ballygunner, all big and intensive games. How do you prepare now for this weekend against Na Fianna?
Yeah, I suppose it's just the same as always, really. We have the same kind of plan in the build up to this game, to all the previous games. Nothing really changes other than the fact, obviously, we should travel up on a Saturday, but, you know, training won't change, our plans won't change. You know, obviously, the lads will do their bit of work on the FINA and kind of give it to us then maybe later in the week. So, nothing changes really. It's just the same we've been doing for the whole time.
And you sort of let yourself dare to dream and envisage, if it all did go well on Sunday, yourself and your teammates lifting the cup.
Yeah, I suppose obviously, you know, you kind of you be thinking that during the day as well. You know, obviously you kind of you want to see yourself winning that game after the when the final whistle goes and stuff. But I suppose you can't do anything about it really until we get there. So we'll just have to wait on the day.
And then if you did go on and do it, what would it mean to you?
Yeah, it'd be unbelievable to be honest. I suppose if you asked me that question a few weeks ago, you know, we wouldn't have even thought we'd be here in the first place. You know, it's I mean, even after the Munster final. You know, it was just such a shock. You know, you wouldn't really know what to feel because you just wouldn't have expected it. But I suppose then when you go back to the clubhouse and you just see everyone around the place, you know, all your friends and your family and stuff who travel up to the game and just to see how happy they are back in the clubhouse and stuff, you know, and to think that, you know, we're part of the reason we put that smile on their face, you know, it's great, yeah.
Is that kind of a funny aspect of it for you guys that the expectations and the goalposts per se do change so quickly that once you win one, it's straight on to the next and you've reached the top of the top now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I suppose it's all kind of come so quick and fast, really. Even though the games, I think it was there maybe 2 or 3 weeks between each game, but it kind of felt like it was just one week after another. And obviously, then we've had the break since the semi-final. So yeah, look, it's incredible. Yeah,
Well, best of luck with it anyways, Jack. Looking forward to it.
thanks, Lana. Thanks.
I'm delighted to be joined by Nafina hurler Sean Murphy ahead of the AIB GA All Ireland Hurling Senior Club Championship final, which takes place this Sunday, January 19th, at Croke Park from 1:30 p.m. between Nafina from Dublin and Sarsfields of Cork. AIB are in their 34th year sponsoring the club championships and is proud to once again celebrate the players and wider communities that play such a pivotal role in sustaining the entertainment and passion of our national games. So we're closing in on the D-Day now at this stage. Can you feel the hype building?
Hi, Alan. How's it going? Yeah, we're all looking forward to it now. Only a couple of days to go now, and yeah, we're all very excited.
And even walking around, I can see all the flags. I'm living there myself. What does the week look like for you? Is it business as usual as much as possible, or do you take in that bit of excitement as well?
Yeah, no, it's business as usual. Really, we have the task ahead now. We're focused on Sunday, but I live locally around Drumcondra as well, and it's nice to see all the flags and bunting around the area at the same time too. Yeah, it builds the hype nicely.
And I see lots of, I suppose, chat about it in the build up and pre-match panels and everything and all the rest. Do you get that bit of, I suppose, build up on the ground, living locally, as you say, that you do have? I'm sure there's plenty of kids floating about as well.
It's nice to see the blue and yellow around the place, of course, in the Fianna, but from a team perspective, not really. We're very much kind of focused in on, as I said, the task at hand, which is just being able to go out and put a performance in on Sunday, try and play to our potential, and then and take it from there. Really, yeah.
And do you have any superstitions in the build up to a final week like this?
Personally, no, I don't. A couple of the lads might have a few superstitions, all right, but no. Stick together for the week. Try not to change anything. It's another game. It might be a huge game, but just stick to the process, yeah, and put the shoulders together and move forward.
Speaking of that, sticking to the process, Sean, obviously during the build up, you have Christmas right there in the middle of it all. How does that kind of work out for you guys?
Yeah, probably something that very rare to have to have Christmas in the middle of a championship campaign. But it was nice, we had a couple of days to head off with family and to enjoy the few days, and then we regrouped shortly after, and it was business as usual really after that. But yeah, no, nice to get some downtime and then regroup.
How quickly is shortly afterwards? Is it 2 or 3 days afterwards kind of thing, or did you get more so kind of like a week off?
Something like that, yeah, a couple of days. So we would have closed off the year, say, together, and then a few days after Christmas we would have regrouped. So yeah, a couple of days in the middle there.
Nice. And having got over the hurdle, obviously, of the first Dublin Senior Hurling Championship in 2023, you did the same again in 2024 and lost the two previous finals to previous to that to Kilmacud Crokes. Was it any sense of sort of a change in tide for in that for you guys that once it did kind of swing your way that now you have the momentum in that?
Uh, Kind of, yeah. It was really a case of just belief. We had proven that we could compete at the top level in Dublin, losing out to a very talented Croke side, and then kind of a testament to the group really and to our drive and motivation that we kept coming back and kept knocking on the door. And then I guess the Leinster run that came last year and the Leinster run this year as well were just an added bonus to all the work that we had put in, and again just proving that we can compete at the top level.
And then obviously having such stiff competition in that Dublin
Hmm.
competition itself, and then having to move on to Leinster. Obviously, you have that rivalry with Kilmacud. What would you say your most difficult matchup to date was this year?
Each game brings its own challenge, really, because these are teams you wouldn't often play against each other. You alluded to Crokes there, of course. We play them a couple of times a year, be it in the league or be it in the group stages and championship. So yeah, each game was a different challenge in different ways, of course. And I guess we're just grateful to have gotten over each game so far. And now we have one more ahead of us, and we're solely focused on that. And hopefully on Sunday, then after the game, we'll be able to reflect back on what was a great year.
Do you limit your reflections to that sort of time period, Sean? Because obviously, like if you let it creep in before that, maybe you're kind of getting ahead of yourself that way.
Yeah, yeah. So like you really focus on, the week ahead of you, the next game that's ahead of you. You never try to look beyond that, and equally you never look uh, backwards as far either. You just focus on the task at hand, be it, a Dublin final, a Leinster final, or in this case, an All-Ireland final. We have, one job to do on Sunday. That's what we're focused on, and that's what we're building towards. So yeah, as I said, after the game, then hopefully we'll be being able to look back on what was a great year, and then we can I guess dissect the year after that.
All of a sudden, though, it's funny how quickly things can change. As I say, getting over that hurdle of the Dublin final, and then all of a sudden it's Leinster and it's on again. Have you taken a moment as a group to kind of reflect on that and see how far that you have come even to date getting here?
Not really, I would say. You kind of park each success as you go, because it's such a quick turnaround between games once you get out of Dublin and even inside Dublin. Once you leave that championship, it's, nearly week in, week out. There's a new team or a new match that's coming on. So, no, you kind of just take each game as it comes and then plan towards the next one. Yeah.
And who would you say your top performers so far this year have been?
For the Fianna,
Yeah.
everyone has been putting in a great shift so far. Yeah. Be that in training or be that in matches as well. Yeah. A great team effort so far.
Yeah, obviously there's a few kind of hard to ignore, racking up the scores, and obviously your attacking threat has been much talked about. But you've a nice blend of youth and experience too. I know even Kieran Stacey, let's say, to Liam Rush. How does that kind of stand out for you? Because it is something that's to your credit and strength as well.
Yeah, I suppose you named Kieran Stacey there, probably has been one of our standouts. If I was to name someone individually, he's having a great year. He's a great fella as well. He's a great teammate. Yeah, so we're delighted to see him, producing the performances that he has been doing, and yeah, looking forward to Sunday and seeing what he can do.
I was reading an article there recently that was talking about the origins of the hurling side of the club and how it came after the football side, let's say. What
Mhm.
does it mean to be a dual club, and not just a dual club, but both sides are competing at such a high level?
Yeah, it's great. Like the hurlers support the footballers and the footballers support the hurlers, and there's a couple of people who are involved in both teams. And like fair play to those lads and to those women who can do both. But yeah, look, it's a feeling of support between both teams, and the footballers had success, in the early 2000s in Dublin and Leinster and got to an All Ireland final. So it's nice that it's come around to the hurlers now this time, and yeah, we have the full support of all teams in the club with us.
Does it kind of give you that extra back and that it is paying off now? Because as I mentioned, like it did start after the football, and I suppose maybe there was that bit of development that had to go on there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's nice to see the work pay off. I've been with this team now for a good few years and been there through, the less successful times, if you want to put it that way. The season might be over at the end of summer if you weren't getting past the group stages. Whereas if you look at the last 4 or 5 years, we're hurling right up until Halloween nearly. So yeah, it's a lot of work done by, all the mentors in the club from underage, from under 12 right the way through to senior, through all the minor teams. It's kind of accumulation of all that volunteer work and good effort put in by everyone in the club.
And what would you say Sarsfield's biggest strengths are?
Sarsfields, yeah, Sarsfields are a brilliant team. They're going to give us again another challenge. We've had different challenges in each game so far, and yeah, we respect them totally, and we're looking forward to seeing what they can bring on Sunday.
Have you been keeping an eye? I'm sure you have. The post-match analysis has had to be done at this stage.
Yeah, yeah, we have indeed. Like as everyone has, we see what everyone else sees, and they've been putting some great performances in, and fair play for them. They're a really great side, and really looking forward to the challenge that they're going to bring on Sunday.
Would you have any notion as to who you feel is the favourite for the weekend?
No, I just know that we're focused on performing on Sunday, so we're going to bring the right attitude and just try to play to our potential, and hopefully that'll get us over the line on Sunday.
Fair. I said I'd throw it out there anyways and see.
No problem.
And then finally, what would it mean for you guys to come home as the All Ireland champions come Sunday evening?
Yeah, it would just be fantastic, really. It would be, a shout out to the club, really, for the years and years of volunteer work that's gone into the underage setup. We've had success with nearly every age group, minor, 21s, underage. We've had success at senior now for the last few years. So it'd be nice to bring back an All Ireland trophy to pay thanks to everyone who's chipped in over the years.
You'll have to bring it round everybody's houses and the schools and all that then.
Yeah, I'll leave that to the other lads, but yeah, that would be fantastic.
Brilliant. Okay, well, thanks so much anyway, Sean, and best of luck.
Cheers, Alana. Thank you.